What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Another Saturday here at the Roneys and Roneys. I've missed a couple of Saturdays. I've been busy. It was our project mobile home that we had bought, trying to get it ready to rent out. I've had to take a couple of Saturdays not working on it because I had a couple of rental units over here of Daddy's that needed some stuff done on them. So to get them rented back out, and had sewer problems and just all kind of stuff. Everything, there's something always going on over here. So it's always something's got to be done. And on top of all that, we've got a tenant that we're having trouble with. That we told them when they moved in that, you know, keep your toys picked up out of the yard. Don't make a mess in the yard because we've got to come through mowing it. We don't have time to stop and pick up your trash. And besides, it doesn't look nice. You know, it's not nice to have trash, toys scattered all out through the yard for the other 19 residents we have living here. I don't know, right off the bat when he first moved in, he was trying to change a transmission out in his yard, and I said, no, you can't do that here. We don't do mechanic. You know, that was going to make a mess, and we don't do that here. You want to work on it, you got to go find a shop, take it to a shop or somewhere to get it done. So anyway, he kind of got upset about that. He's been late on his rent. He's only been here 3 months. He's late on his rent 2 of the months, and the first month he paid, he was late then, so that was a red flag right off the bat. What's the matter, baby? And then the beginning of this month, Amy had called me and asked me for their number, so because there was some trash in the yard. She's the one that takes care of the yards and making sure everything's nice, looking over. So she asked me for their number, and she tried to call them because there was some toys in the yard and some trash in the yard that she's going to have to pick up when she starts mowing, and she don't have time to pick up somebody else's garbage, which she does a lot of, but she don't have time. So we try to let everybody know, hey, you need this stuff picked up. It don't need to look like this. So he sent her a message back that he was late on, he was going to pay the rent tomorrow. He was going to pay the rent tomorrow. She wasn't even calling about the rent. She don't deal with the rent. That's my responsibility, is to deal with getting the rent. She sent him a message back, said she wasn't trying to do nothing about the rent. She was talking about the yard. So he called her back, and it goes to her van through the speakers of the van. She's got her phone hooked to the van, and my children were in the van listening, and he's ranting and raving, cussing and raising Cain on the phone at my wife about them not being able to do nothing. I don't know what all he said, but he hurt Amy's feelings, and he scared her. He scared her so much that she got in touch with the sheriff, and the sheriff told her that we could go down there and file papers on him and have him removed within 10 days. 10 days. So I don't think so. So I told him, I said, well, we'll let him pay the rent, and then we'll go and inspect his place. And if everything looks good, we'll kind of just blow this under the rug and let him stay. You know, he probably needs a place to stay, him and his family. Went and did our inspection. Oh, you got the wrong key in there, baby. No wonder it won't crank. Hold on. So anyway, we went and did our inspection. They paid the rent. The rent's due on the 1st. They didn't pay the rent until the 10th. So we went on the 11th or the 12th and did an inspection on the place. And it was okay. They're not damaged. They've only been there 2 months at the time. They hadn't damaged the place, and it was fairly clean. I mean, I found one little problem, and his AC filter was dirty. And I told him, I just kind of said, hey man, you know, it's got in your lease. You're supposed to take care of this AC filter cleaner. He said, he told me I was the property owner, that I needed to change it out, and just started getting real sassy with me. And I said, no, sir, it's in your lease agreement that's part of your responsibility, is to keep the AC filters clean so it doesn't cause a problem. You know, that's part of your maintenance that you have to do. Oh no, you're the property owner. He just starts fussing at me and starts talking about it's a solitary camp that we've got running over here, and that, oh, this and that. Just starts fussing about everything. So I kind of stood there and held my tongue for a while, and didn't say anything, and he just kept on and kept on. And I said, okay then, well, you've got 2 weeks. You need to be moved out. And his wife said, no, he's got 30 days. And I said, no, sir, the end of your lease is up this month, and need to be out by the 28th of this month. So we left, him following me out the door, cussing and throwing a fit at me the whole way out the door. So we get in the truck and leave. And So I filled out a little eviction notice that we've got and gave him a move out letter and put it on his door the day after that and let him know that he'd need to be out by his lease was up and the landlord did not want him living there anymore. So he needed to be out the 28th of February. Okay. Well, that was on a Saturday. Well, as soon as he got that, he I didn't answer my phone because I didn't feel like hearing him fuss and complain. But anyway, he called my phone like 20 times in a row. Finally left me a text message, said he didn't want his deposit back and I wasn't getting his. In our move out letter, it lets him know that we need him to leave the place just like it was when he moved in. And if he does that, then he'll get his deposit back. And he needs to leave a forwarding address where we can send him a check. We've got 30 days to get in there and inspect it, do whatever we need to do, get him his deposit back to his new address. Philly with, well, he sent me a message. He didn't want his deposit back, and I wasn't getting his new address and all that. Hey, man, I'm trying to do a little video here. What's the matter? Anyway, he sent me that, and I didn't talk to him. You know, I didn't call him back or anything because I knew he was mad. And I don't like confrontations because I've got a real short temper and I try not to lose it because I just don't lose my temper with people. But anyway, so I try to avoid confrontations, and this guy here is a confrontational nightmare. So anyway, that was on a Saturday. The next weekend, well, let's back up a couple of months to whenever they first moved in. Okay, we told them they're supposed to keep all their toys picked up, all the trash picked up. Well, today's Saturday morning. That's what I do on Saturdays. I come through the mobile home park, and if there's any trash laying out anywhere, anybody else's trash that hadn't been picked up, Amy either picks it up or either I'll come through and pick it up. If there's any toys laying out in the yards or anywhere on the roads, I'll pick them up, and I'll take them over here to what I call the lost and found, which is over here by our lawnmower shed, where we keep all our stuff, Daddy's shop, you know, put them over there in front of that. If they want them, they go over there and get them. Well, we're over here that next Saturday that I didn't get to go work on our mobile home. I'm over here working on one of these other ones. And his mobile home's like over behind the next road over. So I hear his truck crank up. He comes around here and we're showing a prospective tenant one of these mobile homes. And he comes over here and jumps out his truck. My son comes running, Daddy, somebody's over here to see. He runs up the porch steps into this mobile home that I'm trying to show to somebody, jumps up in my face and tells me that I stole his son's bicycle or how I stole his son's scooter, this and that, yada, 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 that his son found it over there by our lawnmower shed, yada, 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 that I come up under his porch and stole this, and just being a belligerent with me up in my face in front of my son, in front of our prospective tenant, and just being way out of order. And I didn't even remember the scooter had been over there a couple of months. I mean, I seen it probably, I don't know whose it was. I put it over there at the shed, and his son had, one of the other children in the mobile home park told him where it probably was and took him over there and he got it. So he got mad at me, told me I can't be doing that. If there's trash left out here on this property that I manage, I can do whatever I need to with it, you know, especially if it's in our policies that you don't leave it laying out, you know. But anyway, so he kind of scared me then, you know. And so when he scared me then, I blocked him from, I don't accept no phone calls from him. I blocked him. So that was on a Saturday. Monday, we went down there to the courthouse to try to file these papers to get him removed within 10 days. Oh, no, that ain't what, no. It can be done, but we had to go down to the courthouse. Then we would have had to file some papers to get a court date. The court date wasn't going to be it was going to be 3 weeks before we could get a court date. And then we've got to go before the judge. And if the judge wants to have him removed in 10 days, then 10 days from that, the judge would have him removed. If not, the judge was probably going to give him 30 more days. So, I mean, the property owner of rental properties don't have any kind of rights when it comes to these tenants. I mean, even no matter what the lease agreement says. We've been to court before with tenants that it says this in the lease agreement, but the judge just totally disregarded what the lease agreement said. But anyway, so we didn't file the papers on him. Today is the 26th of February, Saturday. So he's got Monday. I'm expecting him gone. I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, I don't want to have a confrontation with him. I don't want to go over there and fight with him, but he needs to move out. And I guess if he hadn't moved out then, I should have went ahead and signed the papers. But if I'd have done the papers, then they would have come served him with the papers before now, and he would have known that he had to go to court then, and he would have had more time. So I'm hoping he just moves on out nice and easy on the 28th like I'd asked him to do because his lease is up. Anyway, I'm sitting here this morning. To long story short, I'm kind of scared of this guy. Over here in this mobile home park that I manage, I'm scared to be over here because I don't want to have a confrontation with him, especially with me and a little child over here, you know. I mean, if he comes up fussing and raising Cain at me, you know, I don't want that to happen. But anyway, I'm sitting here waiting on a pump truck to come pump out a septic tank this morning. Sitting here just nervous in my stomach and scared that he might just pull up on me at any minute and start ranting and raving and throwing a fit. Because it's a Saturday morning, there was trash here and there, and I picked it up, and there was a bicycle left laying out in the road. I'm not sure whose bicycle it was, but it's over here by the shop and lost and found now. And if it is his bicycle or his son's bicycle, he's allowed to pull up over here and jump all up and down on me for moving that bicycle. But hey, buddy, that's our policy over here. That's the way it is. You know, you don't leave your stuff laying out in the middle of the road. You know, if you want to do that, you go buy you some property and do what you want to on your property. But here on this property, there's other people that you have to consider, and you need to take into effect what the property owner wants. My daddy has spent the last 20 years of his life building up this property, and it's a nice piece of property, a nice mobile home park, not like a lot of mobile home parks you would see. He takes pride in it, and I want to take pride in it also and keep it cleaned up and keep it nice and not have stuff just laying out everywhere and everything run down, you know. But anyway, I just sitting here, it kind of helped me ease the scaredness I had in my stomach when I got my video camera out, you know. And if he does pull up on me, I'm going to try to video him, and maybe that'll ease him down a little bit. But I'm scared. I'm scared for my family. I'm scared for for myself. I'm scared for other tenants here because, you know, he gets mad and starts these little bitty narrow roads. He'll run through here real fast, and he's allowed to run over somebody. He does not need to be living here in this mobile home park. I'm sure there's somewhere that he would fit in real nicely, but it's not here. So I'm hoping he moves out calm and gentle on the 28th because I don't want a confrontation with him. I mean, and it says in the Bible to pray for your enemies, and I've been praying for him. And he's got a, I call it his wife. I don't think they're actually married legally. But what I consider marriage is if you take unto yourself a woman, you move in with her, you start having babies with her, I believe in God's eyes you are married. You know, even though you don't carry the last name legally, even though there's not been a paper signed in a courthouse that says you're legally married, I believe in God's eyes you're married. You start acting like you're married, I believe God thinks you're married. So he's got a wife, and they've got a couple of children. One of the little children's real nice. He was over here helping me pick up trash the other day, you know, and I just pray for them and that family. But anyway, I'm just hoping I don't have any kind of confrontation with him today, because after I get through pumping this tank out, I've got to go down his road. I've seen some trash down through there, and I've seen a couple of toys out here now, a couple of more toys out that I've got to go through there and probably pick up if nobody picks them up by the time I get there. And trash has got to be picked up out of the yard. Normally we would just call the tenant and have them pick it up, but since he's so belligerent and so confrontational, I think I'll just go through there and maybe easily pick it up and get it out of the way, so it won't be an eyesore to the other tenants here. I don't know where this pump truck is. He's supposed to have done been here. But we're going to get this tank pumped out, and then I'm going to try to go back over there to our property, our other project, our new mobile home. Well, no, it's not new. It's an 04 that we bought. Try to get a plan on hooking the water lines up to it. I think they've got us a power meter over there, but I don't think the electrician's been over there and hooked up the power yet. But I need to go over there and check all that out and get a plan on that. I've got a little bit of sewage work here I had last Saturday that I've got to tidy up today and get finished up with. Maybe this pump truck will be here in a minute and we'll pump out that septic tank and then move on. Appreciate y'all for listening to me this morning. Well, there's the tank. I'm gonna get that dude pumped out. It's chock-a-block full up. All right, I got that tank pumped out. Now I'm gonna go down this middle road looking for trash. I went and got my helper with me. She's gonna video for me because there's trash up here in this yard that I'm scared of. So look at the trash.
That's not normal.
We don't live like this.
And everything.
Yeah, we don't live like this. So anyway, she's gonna video, so we'll have it on camera while I clean this trash up in these people's yard.
Over here, Ryan.
What?
There's some over there.
Man, tree limbs broke.
That can's just sitting there. It's like just asking you to, hey, you come here?
Don't you want me to do?
No, they was wanting you to. Dirty diapers. That's got poop in it. Ugh. That's another dirty diaper. Before you pick it up, let me see.
It all out through here.
Yeah, there's not supposed to be. This is the field. Nobody has access out here, and there's trash all the way down the field area. Here's some over here. You come back through. We've never had to pick up trash like this. Not like down here. Or in somebody's yard to look so trashy like that. I'm telling you, this is in our field, and they let their place look like that.
Alright. That's all I'm picking up. I'm not cleaning up our stairs. They want to clean their own stairs up. We'll go get a good video of them.
You picked up poopy diapers and everything. That's nasty.
That was in the front of the yard, though.
So you gonna knock on the door and ask?
No.
Cigarette butts still. They're not supposed to be smoking and putting cigarettes out.
Oh.
There's trash, cigarette butts, paper.
Saturday chores getting worse and worse around here. You hiding under there, Christopher? At your shack? You hide out? I see you under there. I see you. All right, anyway, we got the garbage picked up. Now on to more things. Over here at our next little project, we got this water well right here. And it had water, the last mobile home we had on here, I had it plumbed in and electricity running. The water was plumbed in, running down through there, and then right down this pad to that meter box right there was the electricity. And like I said before, the people that moved that mobile home that was on here, I wasn't over here whenever they done it. It's a mistake on my part, because I don't know what they did. They messed up. They messed up my my conduit coming out of the bottom of my meter pan. It looks like they just, I don't know if they took off with the mobile home still hooked to the electricity or what they did. And then they cut my line going to my water well. So I don't know where the end of it is. I'm gonna try to dig it up right here and see if I can find it. What happened? She fell. Oh, she don't need to be playing on that. Let's turn it up sideways where she can't play on it. Here, Samuel, hold this.
Let's
flip it up or something. How about that? Wait, let's turn it over like this.
What?
Like this. We'll just lay it up like this until we get ready for it. That way the baby can't be climbing on the post. Look at that. We got you fixed up now, big girl. All right. Yay. She's got a little ramp right here. All right, back to our project. All right, so I'm gonna see if I can dig up. The water line goes through there somewhere. I'm not sure where it goes either. But at least if I could get the electricity hooked up to the water well, I could turn that well on and see if it'll work, and it'll pump the water out and I can find the end of the line. But anyway, let me do a little more digging and see if I can find electricity going back to the well. Oh, I think I found my water line and my electricity going to the well. Well, not my electricity, my wire going from the well to the power pole. See, it comes from the well over there. I found this little trench, and there's the water line cut off right there. So here's my water line, and here's my electricity, my wire going from my pump to my power pole. So I just need to get enough PVC to run down through here to the water line, and then I'll need to step it off from that well to that power pole, and I'll get me some new wire, 12 gauge. I think it says 12 gauge. 12 gauge. I don't really like this the way this was done anyway. It was just laying in the ground, which I'm sure would be all right, but I think I'd rather have it laying and put it in some conduit of some kind, so it'll be protected if we ever out here digging and we don't dig into electricity. So I guess we'll step this off, and then we got a ball game to go to, and then we'll go to town and get some supplies maybe. Whose ball game today? Yours or Hope's? Okay. Well, I went home, figured out what I needed to get my water line hooked up, get electricity run to the well. I was going to try to do that myself, and then let my electrician hook up the electricity from the power pole to the mobile home. But I may end up doing that also, just wires, and I can do it. But anyway, so I was going to get the supplies to do some of that stuff, but we went home to eat. While I'm sitting there eating my grilled cheese sandwich for lunch on my Saturday. Poor thing, Amy's always got something. Anyway, she comes in there about to cry. She may have been crying. Seems like every year, every couple of years, with the amount of clothes and stuff that have to be washed and dried, we go through washers and dryers pretty regular. So our dryer's been giving us problems now for, I don't know, 6 months, maybe longer. I'm not sure. Maybe longer than that. Amy's been saying something about the dryer, but the dryer's not that old. The dryer's probably only a couple of years old. I don't know. I know we've bought it since we've been living where we are now. We've been there 4 years. So, I don't know. We may buy washers and dryers every year. I don't know. But anyway, I'm headed to get a new dryer. They're going to go to the ball game, so I've got to try to head to Columbia, get a dryer, make it back to the ball game. And while I'm getting the dryer, I'm going to try to pick up some of the PVC pipe and stuff I need for my water line. Okay, so I'm going to Columbia to get a dryer. It's, last time my washer went out, she searched around and found what the best commercial style washer would be. And she found a Speed Queen over at a place in Columbia, Hill Hardware. And they said they were real good. They're a little pricey, but they're real good. And it seems to have been, I just asked her, I said, so you've had any problems with that washer? She said, no, it's been doing good. So it's been doing good now for, I don't know, I lose track of time. It's probably, I don't know how long we've had that washer. But anyway, I'm going to go pick up a dryer to match it. So we'll have a Speed Queen washer and a Speed Queen dryer. And we'll see how long they last. And I might even get some PVC pipe while I'm there. And some conduit to run that wire in from the pump over to the power pole, and maybe some wire to do that with. Depends on what all they got. But anyway, hopefully I can make it back to Hope's ball game at 2. It's 1 now. I ain't gonna make it. It's a 30-minute drive there. Well, it's a 20-minute drive there. 15 minutes loading up, and 20 minutes back. I ain't gonna make it. Not without a ticket, and I don't want a ticket. We have enough going on. All right, let me put this phone down for I wreck. All right, I got my wife a brand new dryer, some pipe so she can have some water in her new mobile home, and a bonus tomato plants. So now let's see if we can make it to a basketball game. All right, we made it to the ball game. Let's go see if we can find somewhere to have a seat. Where you going? Get back in there. Come on. Kitty, 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 kitty.
Hey, don't put the cat in there. Kitty, kitty.
All right, here's our throwaway dryer. It's a General Electric. We bought a General Electric thinking, oh, it'll be a good one. General Electric's good. No, it's junk. I'm sure it says made in China on here somewhere. Made in Mexico. I was wrong. Oh well. Anyway, that's the one we're getting rid of. I wish I remembered how old it was. Amy don't even remember. But anyway, we're gonna throw this one away at the junk. Let's go look at our new one. Speed Queen commercial, heavy duty. Match our washing machine we had to buy last year. Speed Queen commercial, heavy duty. Country of origin, USA. Oh yeah, this one here, we'll probably have this one for a long time maybe. Anyway, I got that project done. Now we'll move on back to what we was doing. All right, last, this is a sewage pipe I was talking about. All right. All right, I just got a couple more screws to put in there and then put this cover back on right there where the water turns on and off at. We're gonna do something different. All right, I think I'll switch trucks and go take care of the last chore I'm gonna be able to take care of today before it gets dark is unloading this water line over there at the new mobile home project. So since it's already in this truck, I'll just run it over there in it and we'll drop it off. Maybe next Saturday I'll get to work on it, but I don't know if I will or not because if my disgruntled tenant moves out, hopefully, prayerfully, and then I got one other one that's supposed to be moving out. I may be working on 2 mobile homes already this next Saturday instead of working on that one. But anyway, we'll get to it. Hey, I'm headed over here with this pipe, running out of daylight and running out of battery life on this phone. So I'm gonna end this video right here. I appreciate you for hanging out with me today. It's just a typical day. We just, Amy and myself, we just kind of keep the children alive and go with the flow and do what we can and praise the Lord for everything that happens, you know, because that's all you can do in life is just take as it comes. There's a dog trying to get run over, trying to commit suicide right there at the end of the day. But anyway, we appreciate you for watching this video from Raising Roneys. If you would, give us hit that thumbs up button, that like button. Go down and leave a comment for Amy. She'll comment back with you. Have a blessed afternoon.